Alright, this is how to set up a CBT on the portal. First we log in. So this is a teacher's account, and once you've logged in as a teacher, just look at the left hand side of your screen, of your dashboard rather, and you find online exam. So click on it, and then you find other sub menus. You find online exam, you find question bank, you find question group, position generate, and exam results. Now please do not start from the first item on the list, which is online exam. Start from the third, which is the question group. So I'm going to click on it. Question group is where you, should I say, categorize your examinations, your questions rather. It could be theory, objective, or essay. So I have these three created already. So depending on your school specification, you can decide to create other types of question groups, such as level 1, level 2, level 3, internal question, external question, universal, whatever it is. Okay, so I just created these three for the purpose of this video. So after you've done this, then you go to the second option, which is the question bank, and this is where you enter your exam questions. Now that I've clicked on it, if you look at the menu, it's actually empty because we don't have any question entered yet. So all you need to do is to click on this button here, which is add question, right here. So you click on it, and then you select the class you want to create the questions for, you want to enter the questions for. In this case, we are dealing with GSS1, junior secondary, and we want to enter questions for English language. So, and then I click on filter. Great. Now we have four answer types. We have the single choice answer, we have the multi-choice answer, we have the true or false answer type, and we have the descriptive answer type. So I'm going to create 4 questions for English language, and then create maybe 2 questions for another subject before we proceed to the next stage. So single question level, is it going to be easy, medium, or hard? Let's go with easy. Question group, which are the ones I created, I showed you earlier. I'm going with theory. Mark for this particular question is let's say 2 marks. Now what's the question? Okay, let's go with dash is the name of a person, animal, place, or a thing. Okay, that's the question. So the sweet thing about this question bank is that you can attach pictures. Okay, you can attach links, you can just play around with the question. So option 1, so the question is dash is the name of a place, animal, place, or a thing. Option 1, we're going with okay, adjective. Option 2, noun. Option 3, okay, let's go with adjective, the noun. Okay, let's do something unrelated. Option 4, none of the above. Okay, so now right here, this is where we choose, we pick the correct option. So in this case, it's option 2. So we come right here and indicate it, option 2, and then we click on save. Okay, it's been saved. So we need to enter another question. In this case, let's enter a multi-choice. Easy. Question group theory. Mark 3 marks. Question. Which of these are nouns? Okay. Option 1. Let's go with he. Okay. Let's see. A lion. Option 2. He. Option 3. A pencil. Option 4. She. Okay. So in this case, we are dealing with multi-choice answers. So option 1 here. Which of these are nouns? If that's correct, I'm not an English scholar, so please. So a lion is a noun and a pencil. So option 1 and option 3 are correct. So we go with option 1 and option 3 and then we save. See right here, saved. So we have 2 questions entered. So next we want to deal with true or false. Question level could be anything. Question group theory. Marks, let's go with 6 marks. Question type. Okay, let's do he and she are pronouns. True or false? Okay, so what's the answer? True. Okay, and then we click on save. So we've entered the question for the true or false answer type. Next is descriptive. I just clicked on it. So let's go with hard. Question group. Okay. Mark. Let's go with 10 marks. Question. In your own words, define a noun. Okay, you can say could be. Okay, so we click on save. So we've entered 4 questions for English language. Now let's enter a question for, let's say, CRK. Click on filter. Please pay attention to these over here, because if you mistakenly select a question for GSS, if you mistakenly select GSS2 and start entering a question for GSS1, you're going to find it a little bit confusing, because those questions will actually move to GSS2 instead of having to see them in GSS1. So please be careful when entering these questions. Make sure you select the right class and section and subject too. So we're entering CRK. Let's say easy. Mark 3. Question. Who parted the Red Sea. Option 1, James. Option 2, Saul. Option 3, Jesus. Option 4, Moses. The answer is option 4, of course, and then click on save. Okay, sorry, I didn't select the question group. Let's go with theory. Okay, that's been saved. Let's do a multi-choice. Let's go with medium, theory, max 5, question. Okay, let's say mention 2 women that were close to Jesus. Or should we say select? Option 1, Jezebel. Option 2, Mary. Option 3, Martha. Option 4, we go with Kemi. We all know this is not the right answer. So in this case, it's Mary and Martha. So which are option 2 and option 3. So we select option 2, option 3 as the correct multi-choice answers, and then we click on save. So it's saved. So because of time, I'm going to stop here. So let's proceed to the next stage, which is assigning these questions to the specific exam. So let's go back to the left hand side of our option. Remember, we are dealing with the question bank, which is where we are entering our questions. So now let's go to the first option here, which is online exam. Okay, this is where we create the exam for the term. So let's go to, we don't have any existing exam yet, that's why this place is blank. So let's quickly click on add online exam up here. Exam title, let's say second term examination. It could be anything, you could name it whatever you want. I'm just naming it second term examination for clarity. Class, remember we're dealing with GSS1. Section, junior secondary. Subject, this is where we select the number of subjects that we want the GSS1 students to write. So remember, we have questions in English language. We also have in CRK. So in case for those who are not very proficient with computers and softwares, this is how I get to select the 2 classes. All you need to do is to click inside of this box, and then all the subjects that GSS1 offer will appear. So you select the ones you want them to sit for. So we are dealing with English language now. Selected, then I come back to the input field and click on an empty space, and then this appears, and then I select CRK. Okay, great. So next option is the start date. Which day do you want this exam to start? Now the software by default selects the current date. Today is 14th of March 2025, so it selects 14th. We can decide to say, okay, I want this exam to kick off officially on the 21st of this month, which is this, or you might even decide to shift the exam to the next month. All depends on your choice. So when you click inside of this box, you find the calendar, and then you select which day you want the exam to kick off. That's it. So we're starting off today because this is a tutorial, by the way. So the end date. Now, how long do you want this exam to be accessible by students. For instance, some persons might sit for the exam today and others will sit for it tomorrow and others will sit for it next month. So how long do you want the exam to stay active? So let's say tomorrow, 15th. Then start time. Now the system selects the current time and then adds okay, now this is 2:50 as at the time of making this video, so the system is giving us 3 o'clock, like a 10 minutes space or whatever to kick off. So I'm going to set this at 3:15. Okay, and then end time. Okay, let's say 2 hours. Duration, how long do you want the exam to, how long do you want, what's the duration of the exam rather? So let's go with 1 hour 30 minutes. So go with 1 hour 30 minutes. That's it. Now the reason it's asking for the start time and end time, remember we have a start date and an end date. So let's say we want the exam to hold for like a week. We want it to be active for 1 week. So we can decide to say once the exam goes live on the 14th, let it go live from 3 a.m. Okay, and then the day is going to end, let's say 3 weeks from now or 4 weeks from now or 2 days from now. Let it end by 5 a.m. or 5 p.m. All depends on your choice. That's why we have this. Okay, so this has nothing to do with the duration of the examination. Okay, so duration is 1 hour 30 minutes, and then limits of participation simply means the number of times you want each student or each participant to sit for the exam. You might say, okay, you want them to sit for the exam twice or thrice, or you want them to sit for the exam just once. So once they click on submit, they'll no longer have the opportunity to rewrite the exam in case if they perform poorly. So I'm going to enter 1 here, which means a student cannot sit for this exam twice. It's just once. Okay, so mark type, do you want a percentage or do you want it fixed? Let's go with fixed. Pass mark, let's go with 6, or should I say 3, since I didn't set much questions, but that should be set according to your school's standard. Instruction, answer all question. Okay, exam type, is it free or paid? Totally up to you. Question type, do you want it fixed or do you want it random? I want it fixed. Result publish, do you want the result to publish automatically or do you want to do it manually? It's up to you. Negative mark applicable, yes or no? I go with yes, and then I click on save. So exam has been created. So one last step before everything is totally set, and that step is just here. Now if you look from the beginning, you have the title of the exam, you have the class the exam is set for or designated to, we have number of questions that have been assigned to this particular exam. In this case is 0. Start time, end time, duration, exam fee, if there is any, exam status. Is this right now the exam is inactive unless we toggle it, so now it's active. So let's just keep it at inactive because we have not assigned questions to this particular exam. That's why we also have 0 here. So how do we assign questions? I mean, these questions we've created in English language and CRK. It's pretty simple. Just come to the action tab here where you have view questions, add questions, and edit the examination. Now please pay attention to this. If you toggle this button on, you will no longer be able to assign questions to this particular examination. If you observe, the question mark button or icon has disappeared, but if you toggle the exam back off, you find the add questions icon or button. Okay, so please be careful with this button. Okay, so let's add questions to this exam, or let's assign questions to this exam. So I'm going to click on add questions. Now these are the questions I created, if you can remember. But again, if there are thousands of questions here, if there are thousands or hundreds of questions, you can actually do a quick search by filtering out the examination that is meant for your class. For instance, if we have so many questions here that we don't really know which one belongs to which class, all we need to do is to come up here, select question type, single choice. For instance, easy class, we just select the exams that are meant for our class, and English, click on filter. So you're going to filter out other questions that are not meant for your class and then give you the ones that are meant for your class. Okay, but in this case, all the questions here are actually for GSS1. So let's do this again. Alright, so here are the questions that we created. So to add all these questions to that particular second term examination, all you need to do is to select each of these radio buttons. But if you're too lazy to do it, just come up here and select this one, and it automatically selects all the questions. And then you click on the assign button at the top right corner of your screen. If you can't find it, if you're somewhere here and you can't find it, just scroll down and you'll find it. You click on assign, and then it's successful. So it will just automatically assign all these questions to that particular exam. So let's go back to the exam list. So scroll up and click on online exam list at the top right corner of your screen. So we are back here, which is this option. Okay, online exam, we're back here. So if you look at the questions quantity tab, you find out that we've added 6 questions. So we are all set. So the last thing you need to do is to toggle this button on, and then that's all. The students will see this exam, GSS1 students will see this exam in their dashboard, and then they'll be able to access or carry on with the exam at the date you set, on the date you set. So that's it. Okay, so let's quickly log in with the student's account to see what the CBT looks like. Username, password. Okay, so here's the student dashboard. So when a student logs in, all he needs to do is to go down to where we have the online examination right here, just like we have in the teacher's dashboard. So you click on it as a student, and then here's the exam, second term exam, GSS1, subjects, English language, CRK. Had even we added more subjects, they would have all displayed here. So question 6, start time is on the 14th of March 2025, 3:15 a.m. End time is 15th of March 2025, 5 o'clock in the morning. Duration of the exam is 1 hour 30 minutes. Exam fee is free. Exam status is live. Now if let's say now this exam is supposed to end on the 15th. So if it happens, if the student happens to open or log into his dashboard on the 16th, this live here will change to expired. So the students will no longer be able to write the exam. So for now it's live. So let's just dive in. So the students should hit this button, which is the take exam button. So this is an overview of the exam. Okay, start time is here, end time, total question, exam total attempts. Remember where I talked about number of times a student can sit for a particular exam? So that's it right there. So this is the number of times the student has attempted the exam and the rest. So let's just get started. So I'll click on start exam. Here we go. Here's the CBT. Total time is 1 hour 30 minutes. Remaining time is C. The countdown has started. Total question map is 1 to 6 questions. So question 1 out of 6. Select 2 women that were close to Jesus. Okay, this is the multi-choice answer type. So we go with Mary and Martha. Marks is over 5 marks rather. So now look at these buttons. We have the previous, which should take us to the previous question. We have the next button, which should take us to the next question. We have the clear answer if the child or the student decides to changes his mind about the option he picked. Then the submit, which submits the exam. So we've selected the answers for this particular question. So next, who parted the Red Sea? This is a single choice answer type. So it's Moses. Next, your own words, define a noun. So this is the descriptive answer type. The name of a person. Let's just leave it there. Next, he and she are pronouns, true or false. Okay, let's fill this one false instead of true. Let's use false. Next, now while we're progressing with the questions, the software is indicating the number of questions that the child has attempted on this side of the screen. Okay, so which of these are nouns? Multi-choice, a lion, a pencil. Next, now this is the last question. If you observe, there is no next button right here. We only have complete and clear answer and previous. So the child can navigate backwards to see, in case if he wants to cross-check his work and make some adjustments. So dash is the name of a person, animal, place, or thing. Let's fill this one. Let's say it's none of the above, and then we complete. Great. So exam has been successfully submitted. Exam status result has been published too, according to the settings that the teacher made. So the child can immediately view his results. Okay, so his class and other details. Total mark is 29. Total question is 6, 9, 3. Okay, so the exam position, we failed to answer. We failed the 2 questions. Now, exam position has not been generated yet, and the remark has not been entered. These 2 items will be entered by the teacher or the school admin or the school's principal. So this is it.